Welcome, class of 2020, and congratulations. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Penn State Lehigh Valley, it is my esteemed privilege to welcome the Practical Nursing class of 2020, along with your families and friends, to this special ceremony. We are here in extraordinary times. Not only did you take an incredibly strenuous course load, many of you did it while working full-time jobs and with families to care for. And you did it during COVID, where you were forced to go remotely. You deserve enormous respect for all that you have achieved. You also deserve to be celebrated as you enter or further your career in the healthcare field. Your role is more important today than ever before. We look at you with great pride as you join the more than 500 nurses who have graduated from our program, and the need for the role that you serve continues to grow. In fact, 100% of our LPN graduates who seek full-time jobs absolutely find them. So to each of you, congratulations and thank you for your service. And thank you to your families and friends who supported you through the process. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished. Now I'd like to turn things over to our esteemed program director, Heather Clark.
Students, instructors, families, and friends, I would first like to give my gratitude for allowing me to be part of this special celebration. I realize that this is not the graduation that you expected 18 months ago when you began the program. And I promise to make this short and sweet, as I know we are all facing video fatigue. Thinking back to 18 months ago, as if it was not enough that you had to adjust all your roles, being a parent, a spouse, an employee, a friend, now you had to add in student. And sorting through the emotions of having a rapid heartbeat of a social life, moving quickly into frequent episodes of bradycardia as you went through Module 1. By the time you got to Module 2, you had that work-life balance figured out. You could deal with the chaos. And those that you originally thought of as fellow nursing students became friends and even family in Module 2, as you were spending more than 35 hours a week with them, more time than you spend with your family. Then boom, just like that, cardiac arrest, everything stopped with the pandemic and so stay-at-home orders. Nursing school was over as you knew it. And now you saw nothing but your family. Zoom meetings became the new standard classroom, and you got the support of your peers by looking at little small boxes. You completed group assignments from afar. Hands-on skills became videos with activities. Shadow health took over 10-hour clinical days. And the stresses of uncertainty of returning to normal life weighed heavily. But the thing about nurses, even those in training, is that we have some very special personality characteristics. And as you embark on your journey from a student to a new nurse, please remember that you have these characteristics to back you up through your life and your career. Number 1, the ability to handle pressure. As a nurse, you will be faced with life and death situations, seeing people at their best and at their worst, and helping them cope through those times. Long hours, 12, 16-hour shifts. And although we definitely feel the pressure and the stress, we have a tendency to thrive in those times. Look at the nurses facing COVID right now. They are burned out, but they keep coming back. Number 2, flexibility. Nurses can change quickly and are creative in working new ways to figure things out. It may be a nurse who uses a t-shirt as a bandage when a bandage isn't available, or a nursing student who goes from full-time hands-on learning to virtual environment. Number 3, honesty. For years, nurses have been rated the most honest, trustworthy profession. And for the most part, I know that to be true. Nurses can sometimes be brutally honest. However, we do it with a caring and loving heart as we help our patients get through those times because we know sometimes the truth hurts. Similarly, nursing students often have no hesitation in telling their instructors which assignments they do and do not like. But I digress. And last but definitely not least, passion. Probably the most important of all the nursing characteristics. Nurses are passionate about caring for others. They are passionate about making the world change, one patient at a time. It takes a special kind of person to put yourself at risk in order to care for others and to get them through life or death with dignity. To hold a patient's hand, to listen, to share a smile or a tear, to put all judgment aside, to accept a patient and give them the best possible care they can. Nurses have a special passion to give love when there is no more love left to give. And as you enter your career as a nurse, when you feel the stress rearing its ugly head, remember that you have these characteristics and you can use them and count on them to get you through. And in the words of Rossi Williams, to do what nobody else will do in a way that nobody else can do, in spite of all we go through, that is to be a nurse. Thank you and congratulations.
Hello, class of 2020 and the friends and family who chose to spend this exciting day with us. I wanted to start by thanking you for the honor of being chosen as your class speaker. I've learned that life does not always give you what you want, but it always gives you exactly what you need. An interesting quote, seeing as we had to finish our journey through a pandemic. This is not the journey we chose, but this is the journey that we decided to stay on. No matter all the hardships that were laid out in front of us, we have all made it through the countless hours of studying, test questions with multiple right answers, bed notebooks, late hours of studying, missing family activities, computer glitches, and many mental breakdowns. We've overcame obstacles that should have never been put in our way. Who would have thought that we would be performing physical exams on patients from Shadow Health General? Many people say that we may not have gotten our full learning experience through this process, but I don't believe that we should feel that way. We should feel empowered and proud that we began our journey in person and finished it almost completely online. The thing that everyone should be most proud of is the fact that the world around us may have been coming to a halt amidst this pandemic. We saw doctors, nurses, hospital workers tired, without PPE, but we still chose to follow in their footsteps and finish this journey. This shows the true colors of this group because each and every one of us wanted to make a difference. We saw all the awful circumstances that were happening around us, and we still chose to go forward with this profession. And that truly speaks for the people that we are. You know, we knew exactly what we were getting ourselves into, and we still chose to finish this. Most of us have worked through the pandemic, and I think that's an accomplishment within itself. This nursing class of 2020 is the most unique, dedicated, and compassionate groups of women, and Rob, that I've ever come in contact with. It was such a blessing to begin this program in person, as it helped to build a bond that flowed into our online learning. Even though we were not physically in class together at the end, I've never felt that we were disconnected. Everyone was always a text away, and I personally thank each and every one of you for that. To our instructors, both in the classroom, online, and at clinicals, thank you. Thank you for putting in the work, time, and dealing with all of our struggles and being truly compassionate and understanding to our concerns and helping us through this crazy time. Special thank you to Joe, Amber, and Kristen, who were my clinical instructors and giving me the best learning experience that I could ever have. And I can only hope, as many of you I'm sure are the same, is that we never have to see a written care plan again. There are so many things to take away from this experience, but I think the biggest is that you can do anything you put your mind to. Each and every one of you can say that you survived nursing school, which only the best, brightest, and strongest get to say. We've all had different struggles through this time. Some of us worked, dealt with family concerns, and even one of us birthed a child. This time, and all the different struggles that we have faced, made us into the better people that we are, that we already were. I can only hope that our paths will cross again, and I will have the honor to work alongside any one of you as a nurse in the future. You have been through one of the most mentally and physically demanding programs that there is, and you sprinkled a little pandemic on top. So good for you. That deserves many congratulations and maybe a little rum on the beach. I leave you with this. Remember, even on your toughest days as a nurse, you are always making a difference in someone's life, no matter how big or how small. I know every one of you will make a true difference in this crazy, messed up world that we might live in now. Congratulations to the class in the Year of the Nurse. You did it. We are the class of 2020. Thank you. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping, and in all family affairs coming to my knowledge and in the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care.